Hey guys, this is Vindy here with Vindy Gaming. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Project Highrise. This game has been out for a while. It is a tower building. You can find it on Steam, and there's also a lot of mods that have been installed for it. We're going to take a first run through it and have a few episodes about what this game is and how to make it successful. So to do that, we're going to start a new game. And you can name the tower whatever you want, but for simplicity, we are going to name it Vindy Towers. I'm going to leave my difficulty level on medium. It gives you a little bit of a harder economy and a fairly low amount of cash, so you have to plan accordingly. I'm also going to leave my lot size on extra large. You can choose standard, narrow, short and wide, or extra large. I'm choosing extra large to demonstrate some of the capabilities of this game. So we're going to go ahead and start. Loading does not take that long. We're going to pause it right away. You have your construction office, which is right here. This is where your workers are. You have stairs to go up and down. You have a utilities cabinet. This is specifically for electrical. And then you have a wiring closet. And I'm going to demonstrate how these work. Right here, your construction modes. You have actual construction, so building infrastructure like the flooring itself, which is this, and then these two, and we'll talk about them later. And then your stairs and your elevators. This panel is your utilities panel. You'll see that you have electricity, phone, cable TV, water, gas, and again, we're going to come back to those. But the first thing we want to do is get an additional floor. So we're going to put a staircase in and then drag the floor over, and we're going to let the workers start on that. At the same time, this wiring closet, this is how you go up and down with your utilities. It doesn't have to be in the same place on every floor. As long as there's a utility under it or above it, it will connect and bring that utility to that floor. But I like keeping everything in the same space. It makes it easy for me and it allows me to see what's really going to go on. On the bottom left, this is our timepiece. Time controls, so it allows us to manipulate it, pause, speed it, normal speed, speed it up. We're going to run it at high speed just because there's not that much you can do throughout the day right now, so it's really beneficial to run it at that higher speed. Up here in the top right, this is called your contracts. You can find them right here, and then you can find whatever you have active right here. If you click on it, you'll open the contracts page, and this shows you really what your goals are. Right now, our only goal is to get a revenue of $1,000 a day. That's about it. It's not really that hard, so we're probably going to do this and one more goal, and that will be it for today. Now these four options right here, these are your tenants. You can have office, residence, restaurants, and retail. And you will have to blend all of them together in order to unlock some of the higher stuff. So we're going to add some basic offices here. So I've added 3 offices. It doesn't cost anything to add an office. I can remove it for free because there's nobody in it. But I will keep it there. And now we're going to bring our first tenant in. I'm going to start with insurance offices. They don't pay much, but they also don't need almost anything. And you'll notice now I don't have any more available, so I have to put an advertisement out to attract more offices. So I will do so. But while that's happening, I am going to build out just a little bit more so I can add another office right here, because this right now is going to be reserved for our staircase. That'll change once we get elevators, but for right now, that's just for staircases. So I'll bring one more office in. I'm also going to allocate some space for small restaurants because I'm going to need them. It is very easy to forget to bring your utilities in no matter what it is, and if the utilities aren't all present, the tenant will move out extremely quickly, and that does hurt you. To have utilities in a space, you just have to have it in one of the tiles that space is in, so it doesn't have to go all the way through. They can be pretty costly to run utilities. So you do want to get them out there pretty quickly, or get them out there initially. Looks like we're not having a good day on getting those guys in. But I'm going to bring another restaurant in down here just because I know I'm going to need it. These small transformers only provide 10 electricity, so they're cheap and they're easy to do, but they don't give you much of anything, and they do have a relatively high daily cost versus what you're getting. So you do want to upgrade out of these fairly quickly. So we're going to let them do that. I'm going to bring in some more. While I'm bringing some more in, I'm going to go ahead and build another floor. I know I'm going to need this floor. I'm just trying to build it in a fairly controlled manner. I don't want to overextend my budget too rapidly. It's really easy to build out a lot and then not be able to recover from it. More so in the beginning, but throughout the rest of the game it is possible. So great, now we got a bunch of insurance agencies. I'm going to bring in the ones that pay the most because, well, that's what a smart owner would do. You will notice I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For right now I only show 3 because I have 2 being built. If I click on it now I'll see 5 because that one's done enough that it says, yep, we have it. So I'm going to bring in 3 more offices. My goal for these offices is accounting. He only needs electricity, so that's awesome. But if I want to bring any more accountants in, see, we're starting to make some money. This is yesterday's flow, so it tells me how much I had in rent at the beginning of the day versus how much I spent. You'll see right now it says I have to have a greater variety of food court restaurants. So that's part of the reason I put all these in. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on him, and we'll bring the other restaurant in just because that should unlock everything I need. I should be able to get where I want to go now. So we'll let him finish what he's doing and then see where we stand. But I am in the green. I have started making money, and that's good. Alright, sweet, I can bring these guys in now. But they all need a phone line. Luckily, if I can bring 3 of them in, I have at least made money and I will have covered the cost of my phone line. So I'll add out enough to bring 1 more guy in. And I try and do all of this in such a way that I minimize how much time I need. So I'm going to run my phones out because I know I need those. I don't need a separate wiring closet for phones. They all go through, all the electrical stuff goes to the same closet. So I'll go ahead and bring another phone line in. And I will bring the rest of my accountants in. 7. So I have just enough electricity, so that's good. 8, and there we go. So I've got full accounting and full office. Or full insurance guys. So I'm in an okay position, but if I need any more tenants, then I will have to add more transformers. And obviously we will want more. So I'm going to add 1 more floor, and I'm going to zoom out real quick. This is the actual size of the map. Let me go up here. This top left corner shows you all your utilities if you want it. You can see your construction grid, and then these are various overlays that you can use, and we'll go through them. But I do have a pretty wide range. You'll notice that it's pretty limited in height right now, but that's going to change. That unlocks through a few other features. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we'll unlock those and you'll really be able to see just how much you can do. So I'm going to bring these guys in. Once again, I need my utilities. Alright, I completed that contract, so I had $1,000 a day in rent. I got an additional $500 from it, and now, since we don't have anything else, we need a contract. So I'm going to go for basic offices, since that's really what we're already building. It only makes sense to go that way. I'm going to run my phone out, run my electricity out, because pretty much every office from here on out will need all of that. I also know that I need another electrical transformer, so I'll add that in. I have intentionally left some spaces there, and you'll see why in a little bit. So I'll bring in another legal office, bring in 1 more legal, and put another ad out for legal. Just those two have covered my daily costs, so that's a good thing. It keeps us in a nice, healthy position. My general rule is I don't put a new service in unless it's needed for the building, or unless I can recover the cost, the daily cost, by adding new tenants. So I try to keep myself always healthily in the green. We are going to probably dip lower on funds here because of what we're doing, and for expedience, normally I'd let this do its thing. I might go get a cup of water or something like that, come back, or get a Mountain Dew, whatever it may be. But while they're doing that, I'm going to add my 3 more spots here. Actually, I lied, I'm gonna add 4. I'm not gonna put anything there because that's going to be the home of an elevator shaft. So I'm gonna add 1 more set of 4 right here. Again, you'll see that as I build higher and higher, the cost per tile goes up. So it is important to try and keep that in mind. When you're building out on the very beginning, it's pretty cheap. As soon as you start raising your office tower level or your residential tower or whatever you're doing, it's going to start costing more money. Now this right here, this is what allows you to extend your higher floors beyond what's below them. And this right here, which I can't unlock yet, but that's what allows you to build sky bridges. So it allows you to connect one to another. I haven't played with those too much, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm doing okay. I'm not making a lot of money, but I'm not losing money either. So this is legal, so we'll bring in another legal guy. I'm going to keep bringing in the ones that make the most money for me, because to me that's what makes sense. You know, I like seeing my bank accounts in the green. I'm sure every one of you guys do as well, or gals as the case may be. So I'm going to go ahead and bring some more in. Hopefully I have enough electricity and enough phone lines, so I have enough no matter what. I'll bring in another accounting office, and I'll bring 1 more insurance office in. Now I did that just because I'm trying to get high enough to gain 1 prestige level. I have to get 1 prestige in order to really do anything more than just these basic things. Like even if we go in here, I'm going to place 1 just as an example. I'm not going to actually do anything there. But if I were to go in here, I have to have a prestige of 1 just to unlock the creative offices. So it forces you to have to do multiple things just to meet satisfaction of the office tower. This is about as high as you can really go. I can go about 1 more floor up. See, I've already ran out of money. So I can go about 1 more floor up and to where floor 4 is, and that's about as high as I can possibly go without using elevators. Otherwise, tenants become too unhappy, your workers become unhappy. But this little icon right now, just because for the sake of the game, sake of showing you what we're doing, this is your loans tab. I'm going to take out a very small loan. I don't like taking loans out because to me these are your backup emergency funds, so in case you do overreach, this allows you to get a day or two where you can get into a position to recover. As you go farther and farther down the line, you're able to get more and more funds available. So it's important to spend wisely, because it is very easy to have a tower fail out extremely quickly, especially in the very beginnings, simply because you overreach or you try and build too much in one day and then you end up in the red, and that you don't have anything here to help recover that red. So it is important to build it in a nice, controlled way. I had a lag spike because of my autosave. Alright, so it tells me I took a loan out, but now it also tells me how much I need. I know it can add 2 more in, and the only reason I'm adding 2 in is because of my electrical limitations. But at the same time, those 2 would at least cover the cost of that transformer. So I'm setting myself up for success here. Again, it's a very slow, controlled build. They're screaming at me because I don't have elevators yet, and damn well, they can wait just a couple minutes. In fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and do that now. Elevators are relatively expensive. They're $63 a day, so they're not the cheapest things in the world to build, but they're not that expensive either. Alright, so we met the office requirement, so we got some money. So I'm going to go ahead and add some elevators in right now. He's not happy because he doesn't have electricity. Oh man, I'm going to run these out the rest of the way on the floor. Because if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. And then that's going to come back and become a huge issue. And this is intentionally left as a gap. That's where I'm going to run water cabinets as I need them. I don't like building things if I don't need them. It just doesn't make sense to me. Alright, so I've got enough electricity, but I have a max utilization of phone. That's okay. I'm gonna build this out and get us ready for the next day. In fact, we need a new contract. What do you think we should do? More people? We're gonna do incremental income. That seems like a good one to do. Initially, it looks like it's going to be pretty hard to get, but really, it's not going to be that hard. I'm going to go ahead and add another elevator shaft right here. They are expensive to do initially, so I don't like doing too many of them right away. But I can bring another insurance office in. I have the demand for it, so that's 23, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have room for 3 more electrical. We're going to go ahead and wait for 1 minute. Right, so I made 3,000, or had 3,000 in income. Today's rent only generated $26.60 though. So it's saying I can actually have 2 contracts available at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and open that one as well. Get more people. Maybe I can get up to a population of 50, but it gives me a little more money to play with, so that's a good thing. We're going to go ahead and add that in there while we're doing this. We're also going to add a maintenance office. And I'll show you what the maintenance office does in just a second once I get these guys in. Doesn't pay that well, but it's important to get them in there. Finish. Hopefully that runs out in time. I got a little bit of time left there, but that's okay. Now, if I go here, this little square, the package, this is your services tab, and this one right here is office services. So as you can see, I need courier services and I need copy services. These keep your tenants, sorry about that. These keep your tenants happy. So I'm going to place one in right now. It doesn't gain me any money though, that's the issue. So he's screaming because he needs a courier service and he needs office supply. Eventually, if you don't do what they want, they will get angry enough and they will move out. And we don't want to be in that position. Because if we go back here, we can actually lose prestige from too many people moving out or too many people being evicted. So in order to keep him happy right now, I'm going to just drop his rent just a little, and I'll keep him happy. It kind of offsets the one thing he doesn't have. So I'm going to add another 5 spaces underground. You can extend the basement further than the lobby, but just like above, unless you have special features, you can only build to the max width of the floor above it. And I know I need copy services, so I'm going to lose money just because of that, but hopefully I'm bringing enough things in to offset the cost. Now, before I even do that, okay, I have enough electricity. These do use utilities as well, so you can't just include these in ignoring. You have to actually account for everything. Sorry about that. And that's why it is important to ensure everything gets done. But awesome. I met the incremental income requirement. I don't have any other contracts available, but I do have bigger offices I can build now. There's a problem with an elevator, and that's why I brought the maintenance people in immediately to fix all that, to keep everyone happy. Also, if I look at maintenance, I have all of these which I can renovate, and you have to tell them to renovate initially. And it costs money, but it keeps your tenants happy, keeps them from moving out. Again, kind of the name of the game here. So I'm going to go ahead and add 4. Our entire goal today will be to get to a population of 50. That's really what my goal is. And I can simply do that just by bringing these guys over. I'll bring my electricity the rest of the way over, otherwise I will forget. I have the money right now, so I'm not really sitting high roller, but I am sitting high enough that it isn't that big of a problem. So that's a good thing. So I'll add some basic offices. Check how I'm doing on electricity. Alright, so this kind of leads into the next thing, those bigger panels, and we're going to see how long it takes for them to finish all of that, and once they get all that done, then we'll see how it goes from there. But my goal is to be able to build that. It costs more per day, but, well, it costs more initially, but just by building that, I'll actually get more power than what is presently here. So that's really the goal, and I'm building enough, hopefully, to offset all of my costs. So I tend to try and build a little bit higher as far as utilities are concerned as needed in order to help really minimize how much cost is going to impact me. So I can put one more office in. Let's see who gives me the most money, which is a creative guy, so I'll bring a creative office in. That should give me enough money to stay happy. So these guys still want bottled water service. Again, I had to build a little bit, but I got some money, so we're going to pause the game, go into utilities. The first thing we're going to do is bulldoze him, but while we're paused, we're going to add a medium transformer. Now I can remove both of those, and now we'll run the game. So I was able to reduce space and still produce enough power. So that's kind of, yeah, it costs more money, but in the long run, it actually ended up being better for me. I have plenty of phones, so that's not an issue. I'll bring in another accountant. I'll put some ads out to try and get some more tenants. And as you can see, that money that I had went really quickly, but I know that I will still be in the green. I know I will still be making money. And it's saying I have, probably telling me I can get storage. They glow yellow when there's an upgrade available, or a higher level thing available than what's present. This allows me to wallpaper the first floor. I kind of like doing this simply because it gives me an idea of whether or not I'm supposed to have a spot there or if I'm saving it for something else. Is it necessarily needed? No, but it makes your place look pretty. So that's what we'll do. Keep it looking nice and keep everyone happy. And you can do all sorts of stuff. None of these really cost anything to put in. They're all free, but I focus more on the business side of this game. I like money management games. I love simulators that force me to account for money and watch the economy and do all sorts of stuff like that. That's what I like to play. You know, it is what it is. Everyone has their own play styles. I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. I really do. We are going to save the game right here. And we're going to save. We're going to call it Vindy Towers. Now to save, you click on it, and then you press save, and that tells it the spot to save to. This is where we're actually going to end our video for today. Please, again, if you like what you want, if you like what you saw, please click like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will have more stuff coming out. And your feedback is always appreciated. Thank you all, and have a great day.